Kevin McCullough.
Welcome back to Times Square. It is Kevin McCullough, and this coming week we've got the 4th of July on our doorstep, and so it's a great day this coming Thursday to be thankful for our independence. But as my guest rejoins me, Christine Serrano-Glasner, someone who came within a hair's breadth of getting the nomination for Senate for the state of New Jersey, but she, as the Trump-endorsed candidate, is not backing down. She is continuing to fight the fight and get the message out so that Election Day, November 5th, is victorious for the cause of good. Christine, we were talking about the safety of women and kids in the last segment, and the Independent Women's Forum and others have done a tremendous job this last year of documenting the damage that Biden's executive actions, when it came to insisting on gender ideology being put into the schools, the damage that's done to young women. And just last week on this very show, I had Peyton McNabb, who took a volleyball to the face from a man. He was 6'2" when he spiked it over the volleyball net, hitting her in the head, causing permanent brain damage, neurological damage. This is just one instance where a man is on the field of play against women with an outsized ability and strength and skill, and a woman has suffered for it. But that's one story of 2,000 from the last 3 years where women have suffered because men are taking their spots, taking up advantages in competition against them. And Donald Trump's been very clear. On day one, he's going to stop that gender ideology policy and say, no, boys don't belong on girls' sports teams. And everyone deserves a safe place where they can compete in a safe and equitable fashion for the sports and the scholarships and the things that are important to them. But I was told this last week that voters don't care about this issue. And I'm just curious, as a mom and as a mayor, as someone who has seen this phenomenon explode in the last 3 years, what's been your thoughts? Not as the mayor, but as the mom. When you hear these stories and you see what's happening, do you think moms are motivated about this issue as it pertains to their kids?
Oh, absolutely. They are. And they're talking about it. And that's part of why you've seen more and more women running for Board of Ed positions, because this is an issue. It starts in these schools. They want their young women to continue to have the rights that they should have, especially as it pertains to Title IX. And it's the Biden administration that has disassembled that and said, you know what? You don't have those rights anymore. And they're fighting for that, and they're going to continue to. There's another story you may remember, and I still remember watching this video. I think it was from Connecticut, and it was field hockey where a young woman, there's a video of all of her teeth coming right out with that ball smacking her right in the face. Talk about permanent damage. And you know what? That game continued to play on. Horrible situation. People should be standing up for young women across this country because I know they are in New Jersey. Nobody wants to take anybody's rights away from them. But when it comes to safety, we have to be sensible. We have to be logical, and we've got to use some common sense. And to have a transgendered female who is twice as tall, or at least a foot taller, and has a whole lot more might behind their ability, it's not fair. It's just not fair on the playing field and in so many other areas. And so this has to be corrected. We know it. And women are going to continue to fight for this.
And if you insist upon it on the playing field, then that translates to the locker rooms and showers. And we've had sexual assaults, and we've had, horrific things happen because this is astounding to me, Christine, because the left always claims to be the party of science, party of science, party of science. But the party of science should know that biologically speaking, you cannot change a person's sex. You can change their appearance. You can change maybe their emotions, how they feel. You can give them drugs to make them think certain things instead of other things. But at the end of the day, you cannot change that DNA. That DNA will remain as what it was at their time of birth. And what that grows into is real danger. And I want to know where the feminist groups are. Where are the people that have been screaming about the fact that you've got to have Title IX and safe spots for women to compete against other women and to do so successfully. It seems to me this is a reversion almost to the 1920s where men are replacing women, and you don't have feminist groups standing up saying, no, not on our watch.
Well, Kevin, you know that the liberal elites, and when we had those days, right, where they were fighting for women's rights, they thought for themselves. Now they're just lemmings who do exactly what they're told, and they don't even think through that process. And I think you're going to start to see some reversal of that.
Christine Serrano Glassner, I'm sorry about your nomination loss, but I am happy that you are still fighting the fight. Please come back and see us again soon.
Stick around for more of That Kevin. Next, That Kevin Show with Kevin McCullough.